Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I hate intros because it feels so awkward. I'm gonna crease my makeup so bad. Okay. So today I'm going to be doing this look, which is kind of like a 90s inspired grungy look. I'm going to be featuring the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, which is like my new favorite palette ever. So I hope that you enjoy watching. Starting off, I'm going to use the Benefit Professional to prime my skin before our foundation. And I'm really just going to put this on the areas that you kind of have enlarged pores. So that's usually just in more the center of the face. Next, I'm going to take my NARS. This is the Velvet Matte Skin Tint. This is kind of like a tinted moisturizer, but really great coverage. So I guess that's why they call it a skin tint. It's kind of like a hybrid. It has a matte finish. Everyone in the 80s and 90s kind of had a matte look all the time, unless they weren't wearing any makeup. Then they looked a little bit more dewy and natural. So I'm going to be using that today, and it has more of like a full coverage. And to apply that, I'm going to use this little mini Sephora brush. This is the 55.5. Use that to apply all over my face. And it looks kind of crazy and dark at first, but it matches my body because you can see I have a bit of a tan. Just watching me blend. Make funny faces. Could never edit myself. I'd be like, shut up. Any areas that you do have enlarged pores, you can really kind of push the brush in. That'll push the product in and kind of fill. That'll help a lot. Take it down the neck. The neck. Okay. Once that's done, I'm going to go in with concealer under my eye. I'm going to use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, old, tried but true. Take a couple pumps of that. This is the color NC30. I'm going to use a beauty blender to apply that right under the eye. Actually, I found that I like applying this with my finger and then blending it out. I always forget. I'm going to use this just to highlight a little bit. Get right up to the lash line. Okay, now I'm going to blend it up. Don't forget your eyelid. I always put a little on my brows too, so my brow products stick really well. One of my clients is texting me right now. Says, do I need to get a beauty blender? I don't have one, as I'm using a beauty blender. That's funny. Okay, put the excess under your nose, on your chin, a little on the forehead. Now we are good. So to set everything, I'm going to use my Laura Mercier. Does this happen to anybody else's? Mine cracked on the side. I asked my sister, I was like, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? She told me she had been borrowing it, but she didn't. I knew she didn't, but I didn't. I mean, could I have done that? That's a huge chunk. And now it spills all over my vanity every morning. And I've seen that like in Sephora's too, like they're cracked, but why? So I'm going to take that on the beauty blender and set under my eye. Just pat it in. And on the lid as well, so that concealer doesn't crease. I'm kind of using concealer and powder on my lid as a primer. Since I'm really dry, it's not like I get oily lids anyway, so I just use concealer on there. And then I'm going to take it on the brush and just put it right on the cheek. This will help with any texture as well. Kind of just smooths everything out. Okay. Now I'll go in with my actual foundation powder. This one's from Sephora collection. It's in medium 30, and I think it's just like the Radiance Baked Powder. I'm going to take that on kind of the cheek area. Just kind of press that in. Give you a really nice finish, and I'll also give you a little extra coverage if you're wanting it. This is a really good powder to take down your neck too if you're trying to match your face to your chest. Really blends into the skin really well. Okay, once our complexion is just kind of finished off, everything's even, I will go in with some bronzer. Let's see, what brush do I want to use? I'm going to use this guy. I use this one all the time. Actually, okay, I won't. I'll use the same one I use for powder. This is a Sephora 49. It's a little angled guy. I'm going to use my Too Faced bronzer. This is the darkest one, Deep Tan Matte Bronzer. I love this one. It's really nice. It's very smooth. It's very easy to blend. I'm going to start in my hairline, warming up my skin tone and giving a little bit of contour. Really pushing it back into the hairline. These baby hairs. Death of me. Down the nose, and then a little under the cheekbone. And I'm just pressing it in so I'm not disturbing our foundation underneath. Instead of buffing, sometimes that can rip up your foundation and powder and all your coverage you worked on. So I'm just patting it in. Makes it look really smooth. And then you can do it into the jaw. Okay. Okay, ready? Okay, so now now it's all I can hear. All I can hear myself saying so. Okay, whatever. Next, I'm going to go in with brows. This is my new favorite brow product. This is by Makeup Forever. What's it called? Brow Sculpting... Pro Sculpting Brow. That's what it's called. Okay. And it's like a little square guy. It's kind of like the Anastasia Definer Brow. It's very similar, but the texture is a little smoother. So I'm going to go in with that. Comb up the hairs first, and then I'm going to fill in. I'm going to give my brows a little bit more of a bold shape since this is kind of like more of a 90s look. Everyone had a little bit fuller brows. They were starting to make them thinner, but they were still pretty full. Trying to give my hair like little strokes, so I'm stopping almost every time and combing it out so it looks very hair-like and not just drawn on and thick. Especially in the front. Okay, feel good about that. And do the other side. Kind of flick in some color and then work your way in the front. And then you can kind of flick up in the front. Trying to give like little hair-like strokes in here. And then I'll go on the top and kind of define the arch. Give a little more structure. Going out, and now I'm just going to even it up with the other brow. Brows take forever, don't they? After the brows are finished, I'm just going to take clear brow gel. This one's from Anastasia. And I'm just going to comb the little hairs up so it looks more hair-like and not as drawn in. Make it look nice and natural. But also hold the hairs in place so they don't budge or run away. Okay. After that, I'm going to put on a little blush. This is from MAC. This is that color that's burnt off. Warm Soul. Bitch is gonna be popping. Maybe? We'll go with that. So I'm gonna take Warm Soul, put that on my cheeks. Let's give a nice little flush. Okay. Take a little flat brush. This is the 73 from Sephora collection. So now to highlight, I'm going to use the new Anastasia Glow Kit. This is the newest one, Sun Dipped. I'm going to take the shades Tourmaline and Moonstone and Summer. So all the three except the bronze shade. I'm going to leave that one out. I'm going to take that on my little brush and I'm going to put that on the cheekbone. This one's really nice on tan skin. Like, it's kind of intense. It's a little crazy. I think I almost might like it more in the winter than in the summer because it's actually really silver looking. I'm actually surprised where that glow is definitely more gold. This is like very silver. But hey, I'm not complaining. The highlight's really intense though. Really intense though. Like I'm always telling my clients like, yeah, it is for tanner skin, but like, bitch is gonna be popping. Bitch is gonna be popping. Bitch is gonna be popping. Like really, really popping. Like maybe too much. I don't know. Maybe not too much. Never too much. Nick's giving me this look like, bitch, too much? He knows me so well. Sometimes we'll be shopping and he's like, you don't have that highlight. And I'm like, you're right. I'll buy it. And I put it in my bag. It's bad. It's really bad. Okay, I'm gonna take it down the nose, on the cupid's bow, and a little on the chin. So now on to eyeshadow, which is my favorite part because I'm very excited. It's the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. This is the best eyeshadow palette I've used in a very long time. There's a lot of matte shades. I've already hit pan on the golden ochre because I use it every day. But there's a lot of mattes, few shimmers, which I like because I like more mattes. Mattes are better in the crease to give you more definition and shape. And then the color range is just like so pretty. Lots of warm colors. There's some gray and purple though, so you still do have some cool shades if you're, you know, more into that. I like warmer shades, so it's like the ideal thing for me. I'm very excited about it. Okay, so our lid is already primed. Remember, we did concealer on it and a little bit of powder. So I'm going to take my fluffy kind of blending brush. I think this is a Sigma E40. I'm taking that golden ochre color that I already hit pan on, and I'll put that into my crease. I'm just buffing it back and forth to give some definition. I use this literally every day. I love it. It's the best transition shade. And I do want more of kind of like that 90s inspired look, like a little bit grungy. So I'm going to take some of the darker shades on the lid and give myself more of like a round shape as opposed to like kind of pulled out. It's going to be a little bit more round looking. And just kind of like that orange and some of that gray and then a dark liner in my waterline. It's going to be a really cool look. And I'm actually focusing a bit more in the inner corner, kind of by the nose. Okay, so then the next shade I'm going to be using, this is called Raw Sienna, which is this guy right here. It's a little cooler in tone than the Burnt Orange, which is the one next to it. Same brush, I'm taking that into my crease, kind of in the center, buffing closer in towards my nose. And slightly coming into the outer corner. Really trying to focus more on the inner corner. Make it more round-like. More round-like shape. Already getting some good definition. So the next shade I'm going to use, I'm going to switch brushes. This is a MAC 217. I'm going to take that orange shade, Real Gar, or however you want to say it. Nobody says it the same. It's really funny. So I'm taking the orange. And then this is going to go on the lid. And now I'm buffing it right under the crease to really smooth out the edges. Still trying to keep that shape more on the round side. Okay, blending that out. I'm going to take that blending brush again, the E40, and soften those edges. Soften those edges even more. Okay, so it's getting a lot softer looking. I'm going to take a little skinny brush. This is the number 10 crease from Sephora. And I'm going to take Warm Taupe, which is like the gray of this palette. And now I'm going to put that into the crease. It's going to give a lot of depth. And again, focusing it a little more on the inner corner. I just got that all over my freaking face. My fat, wiener face, as Riley would say. Okay, Okay, so now it looks kind of crazy and intense, so take the blending brush again and lightly sweep it out. So now we have that going on. Clean off my brush a little. I'm going to go back in with the golden ochre shade and smooth out these edges. Okay. I like the way the crease looks. I'm going to go back in with that Real Gar shade, that really orange one. Place it in the middle again. This would actually, dare I say it, be a really good look for fall. Not that I'm ready for fall or wanting it to come sooner at all. Just saying. I'm definitely a summer girl, that is for sure. So I'm going to do the same color on a little smudgy brush. This is number 12 from Sephora. Same orange, the Real Gar. I'm going to take that underneath like eyeliner. Kind of smoke it out. Okay, so it's kind of harsh under there. I'm going to take a little bit of a fluffier brush and blend it out so it can be a little smoky. I'm going to take the MAC 217. Is that what this is? Yeah. Okay, so now you have kind of like a blown out smoky look, right? Top over that orange again, make sure it's really pigmented. I want that to be the star of the show. To get a little bit more of a grungy effect, I'm going to go in with this new Urban Decay 24/7 Waterline eye pencil. This is in the color Legend, which is their black. I'm going to lay it down on my waterline and close my eye and run it back and forth. You can probably turn the camera off now. Okay, so while I was gone, I went in with the liner and the waterline a little on top of the eyelid, kind of smudged out into the lashes really low, and then I put on an old pair of lashes and mascara, so everything's just kind of blended since you can't really see that with filming anyway. I just did it off camera. So now I'm going to go in with the lip, which is definitely a big part of this look. I'm going to use the Urban Decay matte lipstick in 1993. This is such a fun kind of brown, very sort of 90s grunge, and then I'm going to be using the Sephora Collection Rouge Gel Lip Liner. This is in the shade Rosewood. It's kind of brown as well. It's kind of like a gel consistency. It almost feels like a lipstick and like a little pencil, which I really like. It's waterproof as well. I really like these and they're really inexpensive. So I'm going to line my lips with this and then apply the lipstick. And I kind of fill in my whole lip with this as well. You could basically just wear this on its own, but I'm just going to apply both. Okay, so that's just the lip liner on its own, so you can see it's like almost a lipstick. I really like it. So now I'm going in with the actual lipstick, 1993. Finished look with the lip. It's the Sephora Collection Rosewood Lip Liner with Urban Decay's 1993. Totally complements the eyeshadow with these kind of browns and warm tones. It's very kind of 90s and 80s feel, which is really fun to try out every once in a while doing a different era of makeup. So I hope you guys liked watching. I really liked filming it. I like doing these kind of looks. Again, it's very fall appropriate, even though I'm not ready for fall. But it is, so keep that in mind. When it starts to get a little cooler, this would be a great look to go. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of 80s, 90s grunge look. I had a lot of fun filming it. If you want to follow me on Instagram, all that information will be below. I'll enter that for you, or I'll have Nick do that for you. And yeah, thank you so much. I'm going to go get my hair done. So now I'm all ready and very 90s inspired to go sit for 2.5 hours while they cut and color my hair. So yeah, I'll be on Snapchat. Thank you so much. Bye.